Out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Seabreeze Boats, tame the oceans. Raymarine Electronics. Raymarine, simply superior. I've got my drag set for the bottom fish, so I gotta loosen it off. See what happens. Yeah, try to get a big one.
Let's see what we can get.
We'll get a whole bunch. I'll grab
See if
one.
we get a big one here.
So it's not too big of a hook.
He's just gonna free line.
This week, I have the pleasure of fishing with our friend Mike Scarlett. We have decided to head out in the Gulf and start by targeting some pompano. Word has gotten out and there's recreational fishing fleets on a local reef where pompano have been caught. The electronics are showing we're in 40 feet of water and there's lots of bait fish along the bottom. We set the electric on GPS anchor to stay on top of the spot. I get a frozen chum bag ready, tie it down, and drop it in the water. While the chum bag is thawing, I decide to turn on the second fish finder so that we have even more detail of what's happening below. Spinning reels are great. Mike,
yes.
Look at the stuff that's down there. Okay, so we're running the top one, Mike. I'm going to run the bottom one, and we're going to see. You're going to get a better image on the bottom one. Mm-hmm. That's the Element. It's one of the strongest units that are on the market. So this is the one actually that's more detailed. It's like a copper color. Mm-hmm. You're going to see it in a minute. It's going to eliminate a lot of the clutter. So the screen is just loading now.
You just get a stronger beam going down here than this one?
Yes, yeah, like right now, the reason we're seeing this,
yeah.
like it's a lot of stuff on here,
right.
is because we're zoomed in on the bottom.
Right.
You see where I've got the thing right here? Mm-hmm. So my hand's wet here. If I bring it up, so we're tight close up on the bottom because I'm more interested on the structure and I got it set up for the bottom fish. When we get out there, like the grouper and snapper and stuff.
So are we going to see, is this just showing bottom? What if any fish come
you'll
through
see,
here?
You'll see the fish come through.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mike,
yeah.
I'm going to run a second chum bag, okay?
All right.
We're going to load her up.
Well, you're going to have more boats around you here now.
You know, if we don't get any fish, we can always eat some of the bait that we got. It's fresh, it's frozen. Did you bring any wasabi or soya?
None. Now, what do they put in the chum bag? Just ground bottom fish?
Yes. Anything that's left over from the restaurants.
Right.
You know, when you order the shrimp and thing.
Yes.
You believe me, right? I'm messing with you, Mike. Yes, it's usually a mixture of fish. Hopefully it's a lot of bait fish, because I think they have a certain smell and oil, like menhaden and stuff.
Right.
Do you want to try some after?
No.
It's actually quite, if you like a fish paste.
Hello, I'm one of the few fishermen that really don't enjoy fish.
Kikira, are you serious?
Yes.
Well, if you don't like fish...
I like the hunt. I like the hunt fish.
If you don't like fish, you must love mushrooms. Mushrooms are good.
Yeah. No, don't bring that memory back.
What? Mushrooms are awesome for you.
It's a beautiful meal you prepared for me.
Along with fish. Now,
what was the fish we had? It was a...
That was a hog snapper.
Hogfish, yeah.
Hogfish.
Delicious. Now that I can eat.
Can you multitask
I can
in a
do
minute?
that too, yes.
So just to get it going,
Yeah.
not yet because it's still frozen.
Right.
I find that when it's frozen, if you chew it a bit, because your mouth is warm, it releases it.
Okay.
You want to try it?
You go ahead. I'll watch you.
No, I'm working this bag. That one's going to be yours.
Okay.
We keep the chum bags working. Mike continues to try and catch some bait with the sabiki rig, and I try casting to see if there's any mackerel around. I just brought 2 chum bags, so we'll see. And I'm going to be patient for a bit.
Yeah, you can see the bits coming out on the water.
The stew? Is the stew coming out?
Yep.
Good.
Breaking up.
Good.
I think it's just a single. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, a little grunt.
Little grunt.
You know what, Mike? Most of the guys that are here that are fishing shrimp on the bottom,
Yeah.
they're targeting those things because they can get pretty big.
Oh,
You didn't get like over 20 pounds.
Look,
The
he
ones that
didn't
they're
even-
getting here would be like average.
He's too big?
Yeah, he's too big. Throw him back. Plus, he's the first one, right? We're sportsmen, and
Yeah.
I've got confidence in you. Anyway,
rag.
you can get them like up to 20 pounds or bigger, and they're great eating. They're probably one of the most common fish, whether they're on artificial reefs
Yeah.
or natural reefs you can get. We might even get some later on if we go for grouper and snapper. It's a beautiful day, but you know what? We put in about an hour. We have 2 lines out. I didn't want to put more lines out because I didn't want our lines to get caught up with nice fresh shrimp like this guy that's snapping. But I think we're going to move. We're going to go to about 18 miles and we're going to try for some bottom fish. We stop at our bottom fishing spot and the screen is lit up with fish.
Oh. The other day, your arm
Let
started
him
to
eat
hurt.
it.
He had his mouth on it.
What the?
Hey,
That was a nice take.
let him eat it.
What are you? You know, Mike, I just had a fish on
Yeah.
and I started cranking it up because I thought I had no bait. And something hit it on the way up. Hope it's not one of those lizard fish. What are you? 'Cause if it's a grouper, I'll be surprised. You know what? It's a small grouper, but he chased it up
A little grouper.
off the bottom. That's okay.
The stupid grouper.
We just need to get some size. He hit like 20, 30 feet off the bottom. Little juvenile. He's got the potential of reaching 30, 40 pounds. Okay, quick bait. Mike,
What do you got?
maybe they were octopus.
Is that what you've got?
That's what this feels like. Call me crazy. If it is, can you help me get it off, Mike?
Okay.
Okay, come on over.
Yeah, and grab it.
Come on over, Mike.
Yeah?
Come here, help me. Here. Grab it.
Look at it. Grab it.
Here, grab it.
Where?
Come on, grab it. Just
Where?
grab it. Because I want to get my bait back.
I never grabbed it.
Go ahead. Yeah. Grab. No,
Well, it's
will you
stuck on your
grab it?
boat now.
We're gonna lose it, Mike. Look.
You're
It's a nice-
suckering me for something here,
I'm
Italo.
not. Here.
Ugly looking.
Come on. It's not ugly looking. It's beautiful. Man, it's not letting go of the boat. That's funny.
Your mother thought you were beautiful.
Ever get a fish that sticks onto the boat? It's not a fish, I guess.
What do you call them?
He's walking underneath the hull. This is funny. This is funny. Mike?
Now, you've done a hell of a job. I'm going to go get his
Yeah,
sister.
this is really great. It's time to get some re-rigging done. The rigs are pretty standard that we're using. So we've got 2, these are about 4/0 hooks. And we're using 60-pound fluorocarbon leader. And it's hard to tie, I'll tell you, as far as knots go. That's why I'm using the pliers. A lot of guys will put the hook on somewhere on the boat and pull tight. And it's funny because even with the 60-pound fluorocarbon, Mike had lost that fish a little while ago, and I'm actually using the same hooks. So we were able to retrieve the hooks. Does that ever happen to you before, Mike?
No, that was very strange.
First,
that was a hungry fish.
I just need the scissors here. So the way I'm rigging these bait fish, these are these thread fins, and they call them thread fins because see the little, it's like a thread, the top, their dorsal fin right there. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna, Mike, can you bite the tail off for me?
No, you can rip it out, give it a little stink.
Okay, so I thought you liked sushi, no?
No.
Okay, so we're taking the first hook that's closest to the actual rod, putting it down in between the gills, and trying not to explode the skull. So we're just gonna I've got my fingers on either side of the skull so it doesn't crack open because it's kind of like glassy, like a crappie. If you ever fish in fresh water. I pulled a hook through because that skull is one of the harder parts on the fish, just like that. So it should stay on there pretty good, even though those little rascals rip it off. And then the second hook, you kind of put it somewhere, you know, where the tail used to be, like in here, especially if it's a short hitter. Now the reason I took the tail off is so that it doesn't spiral when it goes on the way down. So if it's straight like this, you don't want your bait to be curved. You know, don't hook it like through the back. So it's very important that it's streamlined, just like that. So you'll see when Mike drops it, it'll drop right down. Some people say to me, especially here in Florida, you know, using a fly reel for fishing? And I'm going, well, it's not a fly reel, it's a center pin. Kind of looks like a fly reel, but it's not. So right now it's on a free spool, very smooth magnets. So the line is falling at the same rate that the weight pulls it, at 4-ounce weight. When it gets to the bottom, the line goes slack. Sometimes I can help the line off by just literally making the line come off the side like this, kind of like the line comes off a spinning reel spool. And we're on the bottom. I lock it with, that's where you hear the clickers. And let's see if there's more fish here.
Small grouper, I think.
Well, look, how do you know?
Well,
what if it's a nice snapper?
Been hanging around you too long. Bigger than yours.
It's not an octopus? Well, anybody can catch a group. Oh no, that is bigger than mine, yeah. But not big enough. Anybody can catch a grouper. You try catching an octopus, Mike.
Just relax. Relax. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Back to the bottom.
We keep getting hits and missing fish and constantly rebait with frozen herring. Even the double hooks aren't doing the trick to hook up the many hits we're getting, so I drop down a jig. I've got something small on the jig, Mike. Wonder if it's one of those squirrel fish. Small grouper. Hopefully it's not a lizard.
Octopus.
It's a little grouper. Call your mama.
What is it?
It's a little grouper. You don't get little ones like that.
No,
even your little ones are bigger.
I'm here for the big ones.
Get him up. Get him up.
Try.
You let him take him down. I'm gonna reel in, give you a hand.
He's heavy. You
want me to get the net?
You get him. He's not happy when you're in the boat.
I'll hold the rod. You grab him, okay?
You see him? Yeah.
Yeah, I see him. Easy. Okay, easy.
We got a 20-incher?
Easy. Yep. Easy. Easy.
Oh, baby.
Hold on. Hold on. I think he is. We'll measure him.
Finally.
Do we have enough tape measures in the boat?
Oh, I don't think we need a tape measure for that one. Nice looking fish.
He's kind of lean, but he's nice.
Yeah.
He fucked it right off the bat.
Well, I wouldn't want to catch another one
Quick
right away.
measurement right here. So let's see here. Total
20
length.
inches is the number.
Ooh, almost 24.
Very nice.
You know,
There's dinner.
yeah, we started off trying to fish a reef to see if we could get permit. And there were a bunch of boats fishing there, and we didn't get any permit. And then we thought, you know what? Let's get some dinner, you know? So it's only about 1 o'clock. So we came out here, about 80 feet of water, and we're dropping some frozen baits, and I'm just trying to jig. And
we got
we're
dinner.
rolling. Now we're talking.
Dinner. I'm liking it.
Yeah. And you hooked him nice. You hooked him on the front hook, so he grabbed it. Was it a tug or just on?
Heavy.
Yeah, he ate it. Yeah, so we just got to be patient. Okay, let's get him in the cooler. Okay,
Get him ready for dinner.
perfect. Thank you very much. Well done here. Good job. Good
COVID
job.
shake.
Yeah.
And hurry. Do it again.
We get a nice grouper, and we have a visitor who looks like he's looking for a meal just like us. He's good. Within minutes, he's gobbled down a treat. Meanwhile, Mike hooks up some good bottom.
Your arm's starting to hurt.
No. It's just that initial, right? Like the 32nd or so? Oh, yeah. He's a keeper.
Nice one.
Beautiful fish.
There you go.
Look at the colors.
You
Look at
hold
that
the
big chunk of meat. Yeah, he got
Here, I got the rod for you.
He got, thank you, sir. He got the first hook. Let me just get this under here.
Oh, guess who?
Whose is that?
Guess who had my hook?
Who is, and look at this.
He broke me off.
We got an extra bait. It's a bonus day.
Yeah.
It's funny, hey?
That's the one I lost.
You had the pinfish on.
Yeah, I had the pinfish.
That's at least worth 20 bucks, right? For me giving you that back?
Here's the other half of it. That's too funny.
You know, I was just going to re-rig. That's perfect.
Well, he was pretty aggressive.
Oh, yeah. That's funny,
He
eh?
saved some hooks.
Now, look at that.
at that.
This is the squirrel fish that I had on there. And this is how it looked. I actually had the top hook here. This is not the easiest thing to do with having the fish in my hand. Hopefully it won't flop out. But that's basically what I was running right there. So I took the belly of that squirrel fish, I split it open, so it would be kind of like a butterfly, a little bit of action. And that's what I took. I'm gonna lay it right down there. Look.
Yeah, we'll put him right beside the one he stole from
what
me.
a collection. They're awesome, eh?
Yeah, they are.
Just amazing. I mean, it's not a monster, but when you get fish like this,
It's a good fight.
we're gonna have a nice dinner. I'm gonna treat you to a new recipe with bacon. So, you know what? They're about the same size, just under 24 inches.
Maybe they're brothers.
Nice thick grouper. Come on. Good fighter.
Well,
Funny though, I wonder why he broke you off. You know what?
I think mine was getting frayed.
No, but no, I don't think so. It's fluorocarbon. It probably hit an edge, right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was frayed from when I caught bottom.
You know what? Let's work this a little bit. I'm going to put that same piece of meat out.
I'm going to try and save these two hooks if I can.
Closed captioning brought to you by Leguano, natural barefoot technology for every adventure. It's funny, Mike, we marked those bait fish.
Yeah.
You get ready, because you might get one as well.
I'm going to hang up.
Okay, I'm going to go silent mode. We're still, I'm surprised that motor guide is still holding us.
Feel like you got some weight on it?
He may be a keeper.
Yeah.
I think it's probably another grouper. Mike, I think it's another cooler fish.
Sounds of that. One away from the limit.
No gaff. He's not in the boat yet, though. Come here. Come on.
Never know when you
Come
lose
on.
a fish.
Oh, I've lost my share of fish, trust me.
Nice.
Beautiful, yeah.
Maybe that little 20-incher we were talking about.
We'll see. I don't know. That same piece of meat, too. That's that squirrel fish. It's been working good. Oh, you know what?
What?
He's 16, 17, 18, 19 inches.
19.
Here. He's gonna go.
There you go.
There he goes.
Get another inch bigger, buddy.
Dive, baby, dive. The wind keeps getting stronger. We've caught our dinner, and it's time to head in. I look forward to cleaning fish as much as catching them. To start my filleting, I insert the knife just behind the head and work all the way down to the vertebrae. Next, I work the knife down the back and start separating the fillet from the body, working my way down to the rib cage. I try and run the knife so it's cutting right along the vertebrae to save as much meat as possible. I remove the first fillet, and while the skin is still on, I remove the lateral line bones. For the recipe I've planned tonight, I'm also splitting the fillet so that it's not too thick before removing the skin. Lastly, I remove the skin. Next, I cut the split fillets into strips, the length of the fillet and about 2 inches wide. The strips are placed on a platter, and I continue to use the same process on the other fillets. What do you get when you combine fresh grouper with bacon? You get awesome! The fish strips and the bacon strips are ready to be united. I take a strip of bacon, lay a strip of grouper on top, and roll them up together. Next, I use a chopstick and secure the roll. I repeat the process with all the rest of the fish and bacon and make sure that the bacon is covering the fish on the chopstick. The bacon fish are ready for the grill. I take a grill mat and smear it with butter for added flavor, and I add the fish. The grill is set at about 300 Fahrenheit. After a few minutes, I check the fish and I can see the bacon shrinking around the fish, kind of like a girdle. After 20 minutes, I check them again. Add some seasoning on both sides and turn them over. As the fish continues to cook, I turn them over again. Man, they are starting to look so good. Have you ever seen a grown man with shoestrings hanging from his mouth like a puppy? To finish off the recipe, I slide the mat over to one side and slide the fish right on the grill. This will complete the cooking process and give the rolls a nice crispy outside. Mike, are you hungry?
I am starved, Italo.
Do you like bacon?
I love bacon.
Do you like grouper?
I like grouper.
Oh boy, you're gonna like this. So Mike, I got a question for you. Does this look good?
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't that look
They
amazing?
look fantastic.
Look. And it's so simple, right? So I mean, I filleted the grouper. That's not. I mean, the grouper aren't hard to fillet. You know, you could literally eat it off the skewer. Now, you know, being fisherman, I couldn't find the skewers,
Right.
so I got chopsticks and I split them in half. That's why they're. You know what? They work though.
You're an innovative guy.
Thank
Grab
you.
one
Here.
of those.
Yeah. Now, we have to tell the viewers that it's February. We're outside in our shorts and wet t-shirts.
We shouldn't be. Man, very wet t-shirt.
Wasn't that spray?
Nice white caps coming home.
It
today.
was sporty. It was sporty coming back.
Is that what you call it,
We call
sporty?
it sporty, as opposed
I
to.
think my wife would call it insane.
It was okay. We just had that weird angle, you know, so the water, the waves were hitting
Yes,
right
I
over on
know.
the side.
And your boat's a very dry boat.
So I could actually finish this meal and cuddle up on one of these chairs and just have a nap. Very easy, you know. Even with this
As long
temperature.
as you're not cuddling up on me.
No, don't worry about that.
We'll call it a day.
So look, we've got lots of fish, and there's fillets for you to take back to Debbie.
Oh boy, I have
think
to take
she's
one of
gonna-
these back to Debbie.
Of course.
Oh,
Look, we've got lots.
Barbara's looking. No.
Anyway, enjoy. We've got lots of pieces and more on the cleaning table.
Well, that was a fun day. I enjoyed it.
I agree.
You know, maybe the water will lay down a little bit for us next time we go out.
Friday.
Well, if we're in
Can
Charlotte Harbor, I will try to.
Thank you, sir.
No guarantees. My wife.
That was awesome.
It was a fun day.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Next time, bring the net.
All right.
One day I wandered out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture, and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Seabreeze Boats, tame the oceans. Raymarine Electronics. Raymarine, simply superior.